Most men are not living their lives. They're living instructions. Instructions they never consciously accepted. Instructions they never examined. Instructions they never chose. From the time you were young, someone handed you a script. Be realistic. Play it safe. Don't stand out. Don't take risks. Follow the path. Stay comfortable. Do what everyone else is doing. And slowly, without noticing, you started performing, not living, performing. The job you didn't choose, the habits you didn't design, the fears you didn't question, the limits you didn't create. And one day, many men wake up and realize something terrifying. They built a life that doesn't belong to them. Today is the day you stop, because the life you want requires one decision. Stop living the script they gave you. The script begins before adulthood, before responsibility, before independence. It begins with expectations. Be quiet, be polite, be predictable. Don't challenge authority. Don't take unusual paths. Don't risk failure. Stay safe. These messages don't feel dangerous at first. They feel helpful, protective, responsible. But over time, they become invisible limits. Limits that quietly shape your choices. Limits that slowly shrink your potential. Until one day, you forget what you actually wanted. Risk is where growth lives. But the script teaches you something different. It teaches you to avoid discomfort, avoid embarrassment, avoid uncertainty, avoid failure. So you choose safety. Safe career, safe opinions, safe decisions, safe routines, safe expectations. And slowly, safety becomes a cage. Because safe choices rarely create powerful lives. Society rewards obedience early. Follow instructions, get approval, avoid mistakes, stay inside expectations. This works in school. Sometimes it works in early careers. But it doesn't build identity. It builds compliance. And compliance weakens direction. Because strong men are not built by following every expectation placed in front of them. They are built by questioning which expectations deserve their energy. Comparison is, honestly, one of the strongest parts of the script. Look at what others have. Look at where others are. Look at how others live. Look at what others achieved. And all of a sudden, your life stops being your journey. It becomes a scoreboard. But comparison hides something important. You were never meant to copy someone else's path. You were meant to build your own. Comfort looks successful from the outside, doesn't it? Stable income, predictable routine, low-risk decisions, safe conversations. But comfort is not always progress. Sometimes comfort is, avoidance disguised as stability. Sometimes comfort is fear disguised as responsibility. Sometimes comfort is delay disguised as patience. And honestly, the longer you stay inside comfort, it just becomes harder to leave it. You felt it before, right? That quiet voice telling you, there's more direction, more strength, more courage, more possibility. But the script teaches you to ignore that voice, because instincts lead to change. And change, it feels dangerous. So most men silence their instincts and slowly lose connection with themselves. Approval feels powerful. It feels validating, It feels safe. But approval comes with conditions. Stay predictable. Stay agreeable. Stay quiet. Stay inside expectations. The moment you chase approval, you stop chasing purpose. And purpose is what builds strong men. Wait until you're ready. Wait until conditions improve. Wait until confidence arrives. Wait until timing feels perfect. But waiting becomes a habit, and habits become identity, and identity becomes destiny. Strong men stop waiting. They start building. This is the hardest truth. Most men never notice the script at all. They think their routine is their decision. They think their limits are their personality. They think their hesitation is logic. But hesitation is often fear wearing a disguise, and fear quietly steals decades. The moment you step outside expectations, people notice, don't they? Sometimes they question you. Sometimes they doubt you. Sometimes they resist your change. Because, well, change disrupts patterns, and patterns make people comfortable. But growth, honestly, requires disruption. Confidence lives outside the script. Discipline lives outside the script. Leadership lives outside the script. Purpose lives outside the script. Because, you see, the script teaches survival. But strong men, they build direction. Real strength begins with one question. Ask yourself something honestly. Is this the life I chose, or the life I accepted? That question alone, it changes everything. Because awareness creates freedom, and freedom, well, that creates possibility. The script wants you predictable. Predictable people are easy to manage, easy to influence, easy to control. But powerful men are intentional. They choose direction. They choose growth. They choose responsibility. And, you know, responsibility creates independence. Many men believe it's too late to rebuild habits, too late to change routines, too late to pursue purpose, too late to grow stronger. But that belief is part of the script. Strong men rewrite timelines. They don't accept them. Breaking the script requires courage, not loud courage, quiet courage. The courage to wake up earlier, train harder, speak honestly, set boundaries, say no, say yes to growth, say yes to responsibility, say yes to change. Because, well, courage begins with decisions no one sees. Breaking the script requires discipline. You know, motivation starts change, but discipline continues it. The script survives because it feels comfortable. Discipline breaks it because it builds structure. And honestly, every structured decision weakens the script's control. Breaking the script requires distance from distraction. Distraction protects the script. Phones, noise, entertainment, comparison, endless scrolling. All these things, they keep men busy enough not to notice their own potential. Strong men protect their attention. Because, well, attention creates transformation. Breaking the script requires ownership, and ownership changes everything. Your habits, your direction, your mindset, your discipline, your environment, your decisions, your future. Ownership replaces excuses with action, and action builds identity. You know, the script wants you passive. Passive men accept circumstances. Passive men avoid responsibility. Passive men delay decisions. But strong men, well, they move forward, even when they're uncertain, even when they're uncomfortable, even when they're misunderstood. You don't need permission to rewrite your life. This, right here, is where transformation begins. Not with approval, not with validation, not with guarantees. It all starts with decision. Decision creates movement. Movement creates momentum. And momentum, well, that creates identity. Every day you stay inside the script costs you something. Confidence, opportunity, growth, respect, clarity, direction, time. And, you know, time is the one resource you never recover. The strongest men rewrite their story. They change routines, change habits, change expectations, change environments, change standards. Because, honestly, standards shape identity, and identity shapes outcomes. The script ends the moment you decide it ends, not tomorrow, not next year, not when conditions improve, today. Because really, change begins the moment awareness turns into action. There is a version of you that already exists. Stronger, clearer, more disciplined, more confident, more intentional. He's not far away, he's just outside the script you've been following. And the moment you stop performing expectations, you start building purpose. So the question is simple. Are you ready to live your life? Or keep living someone else's version of it?